Hello, my fellow Wastelanders, I am More2Me4Life, and we are back with Fallout 4. Yes, Fallout 4. Does this look like Fallout 4? Only the smallest, tiniest little bitty screen on the inside. And why? Because we are doing some planning. And why? Because I am playing survival mode. Well, technically, survival mode will start as soon as this settlement is up. And the settlement will not be huge, it will be a survival settlement. And there is no god mode or anything that will be operated anytime during my playthrough. Just so you know, all supplies will be gotten on the wasteland. And since I am in survival, it will take either a lot of trips or a whole lot of patience to actually build these things up. This is the only one that I will actually be able to use a console command to make the settlement bigger. But my hope is the settlement will not be bigger. In case you do not recognize where we are in Sanctuary. See, here's the big tree. It's all pretty. Okay, quick brainstorming session. This is how I'm going to start getting started, because I word so great right now. We are going to start planning these things out ahead of time because my supplies will be so limited. I want to actually invest some time in thinking what I need to do and what is the most important thing in a particular settlement. Well, this being my beginning settlement, I really need to have a good defensive position to go back to. So, what I have already done, in case you haven't noticed, that there are some things that are missing. I have moved all of the shrubbery from this line back here. I'm not sure if you can actually see my cursor, but I am moving along the back wall. Maybe you can see back here where the fencing is supposed to be. Well, I've moved all of the shrubbery. Let me draw, please. I wish to draw things. Okay, sorry, technical difficulties. I am still learning how to use this, I'm learning how to use GIMP, which is why I'm doing this way, and I'm learning how to use a paint pad, which is kind of a pain. But I'm learning something, which is absolutely awesome. I just have the occasional issue with, layers. So, you know, if you happen to find a good video, there we go, that I could possibly watch that would help me out, please let me know in the comment section below. Okay, back on topic. I have moved all the shrubbery along this line. This over here, you can't really see it, but it is there. And along this, along the back of this house, and then up the side, right through here. So this entire back area is blocked off because I don't think that the bad guys can come through this messed up building, which is in fact still there. And then we've got the building here, and the brushery that goes along this way as well. And the front of the workshop building, because this area, while it's open right now, it won't be open the whole time. And then here and here. So this is my build area that I have selected because I'm trying to keep the settlement size pretty small. It is a survival playthrough, which means I'm not going to have very many supplies. Now, while survival won't start until after I get done with this particular build, because it's the only time I can open up the console commands and change the size of the build zone. The only other way to do that, in case you did not know, is to drop weapons on the ground and then store them with your workshop. That's the only other way to change the size of your settlement. Okay, moving on. We are going to eventually have a water purifier here. Possibly a couple of them. I'm nowhere near the level I need to be in order to do that. So until then, probably up here is going to be a water pump. Now this... let's see, base should be, what, orange maybe? This is going to be my base. This is my base of operations. I have no idea whether or not you're going to be able to see this very well. I'm hoping it turns out okay. This is going to be the base. In case you don't know the orientation, this over here is where the actual workshop is. In case you're kind of confused. The bridge is over here. The big tree is over here, and here's the workshop. Now the back is right now the only thing open. The only lines of our defense that are actually still messed up are right here. That's not what I wanted. I want these color. Okay, thank you. Right here is open, and of course this front area is open. The rest of it is pretty much blocked off. Don't really have any sight lines. The bad guys, as far as I know, spawn, I think, back here, down here, and I'm not sure where else. I think there's another spawn point down here, maybe. But I have been hit from the other side of the coast over here before, so that's a factor too. Let me think. Okay, so that means, let's see, what color should we use? Let's go with like a deeper red. So what I would like to do is have, I don't know, maybe a turret slash sentry something or another over here and over here. And over here and over here, and I'm thinking one over here. That way it's got sight lines down here. And these two will have sight lines over here. I'm not sure if this is actually where they spawn in at, but these two will keep it from going very far. Not to mention this place is pretty fortified. I don't think they can come through a torn down building. And the torn down buildings will be staying. The only ones that I took down were the ones down here. Let me give you some background. What color shall we use? I've got the whole rainbow in here. I guess white, because we use that for the white too, so yeah. Alright, this house down here, I hit the button. I scrapped, and this down here I scrapped. But I do have it to where it's kind of feasible in this universe as to why they're scrapped, because right here, there's already a for lease sign hanging up, and 2 for sale signs down here. Like these 2 buildings, or these 2 plots of land, didn't get sold before the apocalypse, and that's what's happened to those. So, yeah, I'm just not using this section, and I really, really wanted to be able to scrap some of these buildings prior to actually building, and I needed the steel. So I took those. This one is also intact, so this one here, here, and here are all still scrappable buildings I have not used yet. Later on in game, after we get a group of people here, I might be able to tell myself, role-playing wise, that these could be scrapped, but one lady by herself, she is not going to be able to pull those buildings down. And these, if you will remember, never existed. They don't exist. You did not see them before the war. That did not happen. That does not happen. It has not happened. Okay. Also, I have taken all of the things out of the buildings. I have stored all pieces of furniture that allowed me to store them, and all the pieces that I could not store are all lined up here. All the way up here, because I'm going to try and use as much stuff that was already in the settlement to make these builds as possible. What else do we need? We need farming? Yeah, we need farming, so I'm thinking back in here. Yeah, probably about that size. I mean, there's already some farmland other places. So, I mean, there's like this little farm here. And I may decide to leave that there. I don't know. I'm trying to think if there's any others. I'm not sure how reliant on this particular settlement I'm going to be at the beginning. I've never played survival mode, though I did have like a slight interaction with the survival mode earlier today. I was trying to get a snapshot of Ten Pines Bluff, because Tigress is already built on Ten Pines Bluff. She and I have been working on a collab for a video very soon, and she's already built on hers. So I couldn't get an aerial shot like this for me doing these drawings. Otherwise, whenever she reaches, hi kitty, whenever she reaches a new settlement, she's going to take a snapshot from the air for me, because as soon as I turn on survival mode, I won't be able to go fly cam and get a picture of the settlement like this, which you would probably all be very thankful for, because this is ridiculous, isn't it? Let's see, what else do we need? We've got the turrets. How many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? I don't know, maybe another turret over here wouldn't be a bad idea. Something over here to defend the water a little bit. Just in case. And then probably some sort of a protective building, maybe? Right here. I'm not sure. Alright, these buildings right here are going to be for anybody who comes in. Right here and right here. I think this is where Preston and them are gonna hide, because I don't want them around wherever I am at. And Preston typically hangs out around this area anyway, right? If I'm not mistaken, he usually drifts between these houses up here. Rarely do I see him up here, so I should be safe up here, right? Right? Come on, people, tell me I'm right. What else do we need? We're gonna need shops eventually. I'm nowhere near being able to get any shops, but we could probably, I don't know, tuck some shops back here. And let's see, this is gonna be open on this side for people to go through. I don't know, maybe along back here we'll have some housing. If the settlement gets big enough, this is probably where the extra housing will go. And I don't know, maybe a shop right here wouldn't be so bad. I'll still have this garage to get out to the fields. Maybe even right here, possibly. The caravanning spot actually will probably be over here. Right about here is where the caravanning spot will go. I really wish I had a smaller brush. Got a cat playing with stuff. Okay, anyway. I think that I've pretty much bored the snot out of myself by analyzing this thing. And, yeah, I've pretty much shown that I really can't draw right now. Still learning, so, you know. Oh, that reminds me. This is a red zone too, actually. Because I don't have it actually blocked off where the building is. Right here. The front entrance is still open. All along here, the bad guys could get in. So that will have to be closed off as well. Now, if there's a back way into this building, that would have been useful too. I'm very hesitant about actually taking a wall out, though. But we'll see, we'll see. If the settlement gets big enough, we'll see. But that is pretty much all I have for this particular section. Now, Tigers is going to be doing her normal playthrough, but occasionally I will be collabing on some of her builds, because, I mean, right now I can't do mega builds, so I'm going to be helping her make hers bigger, not because she wants me to necessarily. She normally just wants me to come in there and do small item placement, and I usually wind up going a little bit overboard. But this one is going to be mainly about getting the story and working through the actual playthrough. Yeah, I just took a short trip to 10 Pines Bluff and died on the way there because I was trying to play it like I was on survival, so I was using the melee and got hit by some raiders and a dog and some mole rats all at the same time and died because I did not want to waste my ammo on them. Oh well. Anyway, that is all for this video. If you have any suggestions on what would be the best ideas for a survival build, like, do you think our survival build needs like a communications thing? Do you think it needs, I don't know, livestock? I mean, that's a possibility, something we could put. Yeah, let me play with that some more, because ideas. Some livestock pens over here, maybe? Because having some Brahmin or something might be a good idea. I think they give fertilizer. I'm not sure what the Brahmins give, but I do have a mod that gives you some farming animals, so I don't know what all is in them. I'll take a look. But running with lighter mods than usual, so probably not as many options as I wish there could be. Yeah, maybe a communications array, a security area. I don't know. I would think maybe this area right here, let me get straight again. This area right here might need to be like an official opening, and this area over here might need to be like an official opening with a gatehouse. Maybe? The good thing is, I think Carla comes to here, which means we won't have to worry about her hanging out. And if that's the case, maybe, I don't know, maybe I could actually scoot the line back to here and make the purveyor area over here somewhere. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. A little bit more planning doesn't hurt, but this brainstorming has actually given me a couple more ideas. So that is awesome. The next video that I will be putting up will actually start on the build, but each one of these videos will be preceded by a Patreon upload of me doing these brainstorms. So if this rambling is interesting to you, if watching me do crayon on top of these maps are interesting to you, maybe you should check out my Patreon page. And if you have any common sense in the world, please do not check out my Patreon page, because you are visiting to find out how horrible I am at drawing, because I cannot resist the idea of playing with this thing. It is a curse, and yeah, I can't help it. Like this, I love this particular button. It's awesome. Is that the one I was looking for? Maybe it's not. Hang on. It's not running the right way. Anyway, it's basically like a airbrush look to it. Whenever it doesn't have this kind of background, you can see it very well, and it just looks like I put a pecker on my drawing. I am so incredibly sorry for the phallic-like object that showed up on my map here. That was not my intention. I promise that was not my intention. Come on. Could you get off, Pecker, already? Come on. Okay, there we go. Okay, Pecker gone. Yeah, that's pretty much everything I had. This particular episode is only here to make you aware that yes, the series is coming back. Yes, it will be survival. And yes, because it is survival, there are gonna be no console commands, no anything like that on this particular build. All of them will have to be made in-game. I'm not even sure whether or not, after I turn it on, which I promise you will be, and it will be in the video, me turning on survival mode. And if you want to, you can check anytime. I will show that I am still on survival mode, which you will be able to see by me playing anyway, because I'll die a lot. I will not be able to use the console commands to give myself items. I do not have cheat items on here specifically because I want it to be challenging. I want it to be very immersive, so that is what I'm going for, and each one of these settlements, I want them to feel immersive. So if you have any ideas of what to put in these settlements, any concepts of what should be in this world, this life, this thing that she's living through, the types of buildings that they would need, if you have any of those ideas, please let me know down in the comment section. But from now on, I will not make you suffer through these particular videos. If you are interested in these videos, please check out my Patreon page. I will say that one more time. If you are interested in these map videos with the brainstorming, please check out my Patreon page. There will be a link in the annotations at the end of the video. But until then, y'all stay shiny.